Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your energy forecast for June 2020. So we're going to be looking into the current energy that you may be bringing in from May and going throughout the month of June. We're going to be looking at things that you should be focusing on, things to allow, as well as what to release and what to clear throughout the current month. Then we're then going to be looking into relationships and closing it off with some final messages from the universe. So I have links for my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter down below. I do some free readings on IGTV if you wish to follow me there. And also I do have links for all the cards that I'm using in the description box below as well. So remember that these are free general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. Please take the messages as they do resonate with you and leave the rest. So looking into what we're bringing in from May going into June, we're going to be pulling some cards for that to start off with. The Seven of Wands. So for some of you, you may feel like there might be some sort of competition. There might be some sort of feeling of, I almost want to feel like for some of you, you might be feeling a little bit repressed, like not allowed to express yourself, maybe not allowed to express your words. You may be feeling like some of your words is what I'm hearing. Some of your words are not being heard, like you might be feeling like you're sort of standing alone, okay? And this could be within a thought, an idea, a feeling, whatever it is at this particular point in time. That Page of Pentacles is coming through. So I feel like some of you, I'm actually really getting here that some of you might have an idea that you're trying to bring forth. You might be receiving some sort of competition. This could be some sort of new project that you've been thinking about. It could be some sort of, you might even be thinking about maybe starting or looking for a new job or a new career, some sort of financial wealth or creativity that you're trying to bring forward. And there may you know, feeling repressed or feeling if you're not sure if you should bring it forward, the standing alone. It might also be feeling, you know, feelings that are coming in from your inner self as opposed to even external forces. I feel it for some of you, you might feel there might be some sort of sense of responsibility. Like if I go and pursue this, I might get objection from other people, and this could be family, friends, co-workers, whatever it is, take it as it will. So the other thing I'm getting here is that Six of Swords energy. So I feel like for some of you, you may have already pursued this idea, or you may have already had this thought. You may be already trying to bring it forward, or you could be bringing it forward throughout the month of June. You could actually be taking that step forward. You have this idea or this innovation or this thought, whatever it is that's within you, and you're already taking those steps towards it. I feel like for some of you, you might have made those movements toward walking away from what was holding you back before. Okay, or previously. I do get that this person feels like to some degree they're standing on their own. And I'm getting a sense of responsibility about this as well. Like you might be scared to pursue something because of a sense of responsibility. Now, again, that responsibility could be towards a job, it could be towards family, and it could be towards yourself. Maybe you're worried about your financial situation if you were to pursue what it is that you've been thinking about or running through your head about what it is that you want to pursue. But I feel that for some of you, you are starting to let go of, you know, those feelings, and you're going to be moving forward. So if you haven't done that, I feel like the month of June will be to, you know, a time to really focus on how do you remove yourself from this energy and start moving forward, okay, in a more positive type of energy. So we're going to get some clarifying cards. Yeah, pay attention to signs. I feel like for some of you, you may have actually literally been receiving signs. Maybe there's some of you that, there is an idea or a thought that you've been churning around in your head, and you keep getting the signs toward it. I mean, this could be, ads popping up, bumper stickers, whatever it is, maybe even just thoughts or feelings, or it could be just your own inner self that's telling you to start paying attention to the signs, to start thinking about really moving forward. Victim consciousness. Yeah. And again, sometimes we do get in. So this is what I'm getting. I'm actually getting two things. Again, going back to that sense of responsibility, I feel like there may be somebody around you that may have that sense of victim consciousness. So if in order to explain that, victim consciousness is basically a thought process where, it's in yourself, or that somebody may be, giving towards you, where, well, if you do that, poor me, what's going to happen to me? Always, or, I don't know if I can pursue that because I'm a victim of this circumstance. Okay. So take that as it resonates with you, but I keep picking up some sort of sense of responsibility here towards, what it is that you want to pursue. Like if you have this desire or whatever to move forward, but you may be holding yourself back because of some sort of sense of victim consciousness, whether that's within yourself or coming from others. I do sense for a good portion of you, this might be coming from, again, friends, family, co-workers, whatever it is, people around you, could be spouses, simply because this person is sort of standing on their own with all of these wands, around them, sort of in some sort of, strong sense, like strong force, like, like a competitive type of force or a threatening type of force in some manner. So it is saying here, have faith. So what I'm getting here is, even though that you may have been sort of bypassing this thought or this feeling or this desire to move ahead, maybe you've been ignoring it for a while because of that sense of responsibility. Here's the thing. Leos are very loyal. They're very strong. They can be very faithful. They have very, so if there is, but at the same degree, they're also very independent and very courageous. So I feel that for some of you, you may have lost, or put aside that sense of courageousness, and, sort of fell into that, that sense of victim consciousness to some degree, or somebody is pushing their victim consciousness upon you and saying, well, how can you go back to school, or how can you change jobs? We have this whole family that we've got to feed. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. Like basically making you feel like, you can't really pursue your own dreams, or you can't pursue what it is that you want to pursue, or that, you have some sort of sense of, I don't know if I can pay the bills. If I go and pursue this idea, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, accomplish this, this, and this. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. So it's really telling you here is what I keep getting is this Six of Swords. It's saying, help remove that sense. I feel like June is going to be a powering month where you tend to remove this sense of holding yourself back and allowing yourself to soar. And if you're curious, as to how is this going to go, am I going to have the strength? Am I going to have the support behind that? I am getting this, have faith. Once we actually set our goals and our desires to where it is that we want to go, the universe really helps us accomplish this. Okay. But we do have to have that faith. Don't keep getting caught into the sense of that victim consciousness. Really watch for the signs, because the universe does show us how it is trying to help by sending us those signs. And it feels as though, even though the idea might be in the beginning stages, okay, and if we actually look at this, in this sort of sense, you can it almost feels like, okay, she's looking at this balloon and going, oh, I don't know, should I get on it? Like, it's like taking those first few steps towards that balloon and then allowing herself to fly. That's the way I'm looking at it. It's like taking those first two steps, and she might be getting a lot of arguments in regards from other people. Oh no, you can't get on that balloon. You can't go do this. You can't go do that. Yeah, you can. lose that victim consciousness, or walk away from those who have that sort of sense of holding you back, and jump into that balloon and start to fly. And you are going to have that support behind you, whether this is people that are in your lives, or whether this is from the universe, from spirit, from God, or even having that faith within yourself that you can accomplish what it is that you're setting out to accomplish. So what we're going to take a look now is we're going to look at things to focus on for the month of June. So just give me 1 second. Things to focus on, things to allow for the month of June. All right, give me 1 second here. Things to focus on, what to allow for the month of June for Leo. I feel like you guys are trying to spread your wings or stretch, like stretch yourself out somewhere, like seek out something different or something new. Again, this could be, whatever aspect it is that you're trying to, this could be career, it could be a hobby, it could be, something that used to be a hobby and now you're sort of thinking about making it into a career, or, even a sideline, or whatever it is. But I'm really feeling here like you can't let others really hold you back, even if it is in the beginning stages of just a thought at this point. This is what I'm getting. All right. Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. It is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So again, looking into that victim consciousness card, excuse me. That's what I'm getting. Don't hold yourself back, even if it has to do with past failures or the failures of other people. Okay. Sometimes people get into that victim consciousness because they don't want to see somebody succeed where they may have failed, or maybe they didn't have the courage to take that step. So, get into that sense of serenity and have faith that, what it is that you're trying to achieve can be achieved. Okay. And you can do so by developing that important relationship within yourself. Have that faith. Okay. It's time to honor and nurture and love yourself. And you can do so by, having that sense, even if you have to stand by yourself, which is sometimes we do in order to achieve those goals, but it is telling you, now is the time to do that. And I feel like, again, this might be just the beginning stages for some of you. You might have that idea and you're wondering how to bring it forth, or if you can bring it forth, but it feels like, this is now the time to take those steps towards it. And it comes out cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. The thing that comes actually forth right now for me is I do feel that some of you, especially, because we have been sort of in this, with everything going on in the world, we've been in this state of quarantine, we may have possibly allowed ourselves to get into a particular state of mind, or our bodies into a particular state. And that doesn't, mean, something completely negative. But I am saying that we may have allowed ourselves to not cleanse as we normally would cleanse. And whether this is our mind, body, or spirit, it is time to, in order to cleanse, in order to move forward. It's kind of time to, come out of hibernation or whatever it is, and allow yourself to start that cleansing process in order to reach that state of serenity, is what I'm getting. Imagine yourself being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. So I really, again, feel like, with that Seven of Wands energy that was coming in, I really feel like for some of you, you may have gotten kind of in this place where you were standing alone, or you were feeling, maybe, for some of you, maybe even lost within yourself, okay? And you may be feeling lost around the energy. You may be feeling like you're trying to, push through or battle through whatever it is. You might have been trapped in a kind of a negative situation. I don't mean trapped in the literal sense of feeling trapped, but you might be, in some sort of residence or whatever that is, maybe not of the most positive state, or maybe you're feeling again those responsibilities. And it is saying here, try to remember who you are. It's a time to remember how vibrant you are. Allow that vibrancy to come back through. I'm so sorry, my camera actually it just froze, so I had to restart the video. So anyway, but basically what I'm saying is allow that vibrancy to come through. Don't get trapped in that state of, victim consciousness in whatever area that it pertains to. So what we're going to look into now is we're going to pull up some clarifying cards, because I feel like for some of you feeling like stagnant is what I get. Like it's almost like a feeling that you were feeling held back or stagnant, or you weren't really allowing yourself to do maybe a normal routine, or maybe you were just starting to feel like just held back is what I'm really getting. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it's coming from somebody else, or if this is an internal feeling. Again, take it as it resonates with you, but that's what I keep getting, is some sort of stagnancy. Okay, but now it's time that you're wanting to fly. You're wanting to make plans again. You're wanting to move forward. You may even want to get to the gym, or maybe you want to have go back on a diet that you might have let go of, or maybe you just maybe it's just you want to go back to work. I'm not sure what it is, but it is some sort of feeling of stagnancy, or maybe there's something new that you want to pursue, and you're just kind of feeling, I don't know if I can at this point. Like I felt stagnant. Okay, so what this is saying here is Siamese cat. So this is the ego. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, but that's not true. It's funny how the cards come out, hey? I love it. So be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. So again, if you were sort of in that feeling, and this could be coming from other people, maybe somebody else's ego, again, that self, that feeling of victim consciousness coming through, that really does come from our egos. And what we need to do is allow that to let go. Remember that who you are inside, that light. Do that cleansing that it is that you need to do. And even if you can't actually physically get back into a gym or back into your old routine, is find a way to replicate that in some manner. Okay, get into that state of serenity, because you're not actually feeling trapped. That state of stagnancy is truly only within your head. Okay, and it is time to move forward. It's like that lady, in the balloon, in that Six of Swords energy. It is definitely time to hop in and start to soar again. Start taking those first steps towards whatever it is that you're trying to soar towards. Okay, and like with that Page of Pentacles, take those first steps towards that. It might only be an idea now, but it is going to, or you can develop it into the creation that it is that you want to create. All right, that Nine of Summer, yeah, see, now's the time. Again, now's the time that when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. Yeah, when we get trapped into that state of stagnancy, we forget the fact that to give blessings for what it is that we already have. We might just be so focused on our own head, our own ego, our own thoughts, or maybe even, again, this could relate to somebody else coming. Maybe this is somebody else's thoughts that you're struggling with, or somebody else's attitude, whatever it is. But, it's already saying, like, you can make your dreams come true. You can create that. You've already got that power and that potential in you. So even if it's in the beginning stages, allow it to develop. Put forth that energy that is needed in order to create it. Do the cleansing that you need to do. Get into that state of serenity and bring forth that light of how you shine from inside. Okay, and allow that this Nine of Cups energy, this, dreams come true, wishes come true. Now it's time to do so. Okay. And balance. Yeah. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea. Compromise with others and collaborate to discover a better solution. Yeah, so I feel like, sometimes, especially if you're in a situation where this is spouse or family or maybe coworkers or some sort of thing, sometimes what can put us into a stagnant state is the fact that, if we don't have their support, or, they're basically saying, no, you can't pursue this because of this reason, or, you have these responsibilities. Find that balance, because that balance may help with both sides of each ego. Okay. And if it is within yourself and you're sitting there and you're like within your minds, you're sitting there going, well, I don't know if I can do that because I've got all of these responsibilities. I've got all these other things that I've got to take care of. I'd really like to pursue this. But basically what it's saying is find that balance. So, maybe it's not a matter of jumping in and taking and just soaring off. It might be more of that Page of Pentacles energy too, where you got the idea, you're starting to create it. That idea is new and fresh and whole, but start taking those steps toward it. It doesn't mean that you need to quit your job or quit your life in order to create it or to erase the stagnancy. You can actually take the steps toward it a little bit at a time in order to start that creation process. Okay. Sometimes we tend to think, oh, I have to go in, head first, and we have to jump into this, into this deep water, and then we get scared, and then we go around in circles, and it creates that feeling of victim consciousness again, because we didn't take the steps that we properly needed in order to pursue it. Okay. We need to start taking those little steps. And that's basically what it's saying. Or find a way to balance it within, your family or people around you. If it is external circumstances, you might have to put a sense of balance on it as well. Maybe you're all kind of going, oh, I'm going to go gung-ho, because your ego is kind of taking over and you see, that creation happening, but you're getting, that resistance from others because of the fact that you do have responsibilities. Okay. So, taking that in a different way, it is saying, maybe the way to pursue this is just have that sense of balance. Understand where other people's resistance might be coming in from, simply because of the fact that, there's other things that you do have to pay attention to. If for instance, if you're at work and you're focusing on your own, your own self-employment, or you're trying to create a business but you're doing it on work time, well, that's not probably going to go over that great with a boss, right, is what I'm saying. Or again, if you're wanting to pursue school or something else, but you're getting that resistance from a spouse or some sort of family or whatever it is, you still pursue those steps, but you may have to work out a sense of balance towards that. Okay, so that is what I'm feeling, to focus in on for the month of June. So now we're going to take a look into things to release or to clear throughout June. Okay, what is it that we can release and clear throughout the month of June? Release and clear for the month of June. Release and clear for Leo. I feel like a lot of you, though, you might have some ideas that you're wanting to pursue. It's just a matter of finding that balance and finding that courage, finding that strength. You guys already have the courage inside of you, okay? You're Leos, you're strong, you've already dealt with a lot of things. You can get through pretty much anything by putting your mind to it. But, again, it might have been, May might have been a very difficult month to some degree for some of you. Like, you might have had, a lot of stuff piled on you, a lot of responsibilities is what I keep getting. So things to release and clear, it says a wonderful idea, the aha moment. So again, in order to get to that, you have that idea, you have that aha moment. It might have come through you, or it's about to come through to you. I feel like this is something, clear the energy around it. It doesn't mean clear the idea. It's basically saying clear the energy of all the excuses that you may have in your mind in order to not accomplish this. Okay, sometimes that victim consciousness can be a matter of, putting up our own blocks and barriers or walls and saying, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. I'm a victim basically of my own, design to some degree. We might be blaming external circumstances, but it really comes down to a victim of being within our own mind. Okay. That's what I'm getting with that one. It's also saying here, the past returns for a time. So I actually find that kind of interesting, because I feel like for some of you, this might have been an idea that you may have been running around in your head for a while. This might be something that you've been wanting to pursue, and it did come back, and now you're taking that Page of Pentacles energy and wanting to move forward with it. It also could be a matter to, again, take it how it resonates. For some of you, you get that aha moment, but then the past returns and you're thinking of all the ways that you can do it. Okay, which are nonsense. Like, you can pursue it, but you're again being trapped within that mind where you're going, I don't know, I've got all of these, there's all this resistance here from this, and it might even just be within yourself. Okay. Fairy of the Divine Hen, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Yeah. So again, going back to where some of you might have felt stagnant, like you might have felt, oh, I can't get to the gym, I can't do this, I can't, maybe for some of you, there is a little bit of intoxication or overindulgence in some sort of way. And this might be what you're trying to push yourself past. Okay. Maybe it was a past addiction that you felt you might, that you fell into that past behavior of. Okay. And that could be what is holding you back. I do feel, though, for some of you, is that distorted view coming through is, again, looking into the victim consciousness of, this reading of basically what it's talking about is saying here, don't look at things from that distorted view. Allow a fresh perspective to come through. You don't need to, sit there and hang around the past. Okay. Allow this new idea to actually start creating itself is what I'm getting. Okay. Clear the energy around it. For some of you, I'm also getting that there might have been a person, this might have been a relationship that is making a reappearance in your life. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, this person, you might have been very it feels like they were like an intoxication to you. Okay. That past returns. Okay. So, again, take that as it is, but I'm feeling like if that is something that you were thinking about pursuing, or maybe you have pursued, this past is returning, but now you're feeling the intoxication from it again. That might be something that you also need to look into. Okay. I do feel that, maybe for some of you, this person was, like I said, almost like a drug to you, and it was really hard to let them go, or it was really hard to, get them out of their mind, or maybe they are making an appearance in your mind again. Maybe you thought that you were over them, and that past is starting to reappear again, and you're realizing, like, hanging on to that memory or those thoughts of this person are really, an overindulgence. They're not the best thing for you. It puts you back into that ego and that self, that victim consciousness energy again. So that might be something that you need to release or clear throughout the months of June. Okay. And take a look as to where it's truly coming from. Is this person really, is this person really what I want, or am I just overindulging myself in the memory of it, even though really in reality it was a shitty relationship? You know what I mean? But we get into that victim consciousness by thinking, oh, I don't know if there's anything better, or, maybe this person just reappeared all of a sudden, and you're kind of, in your head, you're thinking about pursuing it. Take a look, and it's basically saying, take a look at the reality. Remember, to also take a look into, be that light. You don't need to get trapped in an old self. of who you were. Like, look at it in a realistic light. Remember how powerful you are. Remember how strong you are. Cleanse yourself. And it's interesting that we are getting cleansed, you know, with this intoxication. So there might be, you know, again, this doesn't need to be, you know, particularly an actual you know, drinking or substances or anything like that. It could be just a state of mind. Okay, allow yourself to clear that state of mind throughout the month of June is what I'm getting. The Hangman is coming through. So yeah, I feel like with the Hangman, you need to take some time and really focus in on yourself. This is all about introspection, okay? Really taking a deep and hard look and really finding what it is that, for some of you, makes you feel intoxicated. Okay, what makes you happy? What allows you to pursue that passion? Okay, and again, for some of you, it might have to do with a past thing. Okay, it might be a past idea, because we did get that Page of Pentacles energy. This might be something from the past that you're, you know, again, you're really thinking about pursuing, but you need to, you know, go into yourself for a little while. Take a step, and you can still pursue it, but it's kind of like that Page of Pentacles where you know, you don't need to go jump in. You can, you know, take your time, really, you know, work out the idea, especially if there is a need of balance, because that Hangman, you know, he has to be quite balanced. He's in himself. He's taking a step back, and he's really focusing in on himself. And there's that Empress energy. So again, taking care of yourself. I feel like for some of you, you know, it's really time to nurture yourself. You might have been nurturing others. Maybe this, you know, intoxication could have been towards, you know, others in regards to, you know, really, again, that, you know, responsibilities it just keeps coming in. So this, you know, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence, maybe that was towards somebody. Okay, or something, but it is really time now to nurture yourself. Okay, and we already got that again, you know, at the beginning here, where it talked about the light. You know, imagine yourself being comprised of energy and light, right? You're a powerful being. People are attracted to your brilliance. It's a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. And that Empress energy, this is about healing and nurturing. But I feel like this is about healing and nurturing yourself. Okay, I feel that you have been healing and nurturing maybe others around you, but it's time to start doing something that is for you, is what I'm getting. And the Lovers card. So, you know, it's interesting because I feel like for some of you, you know, there might be somebody that is coming back in, and you know, sometimes the Lovers can also mean decisions. Okay, so making a decision. Do I want to go with this person? I feel intoxicated by them. I feel like, you know, they are returning from the past for a reason, but I feel like you really need to take that step and really make a decision. Again, you know, that Hangman coming through, you really need to make a decision that is going to be the best for you. I'm also getting here, don't allow somebody to persuade you into something that isn't feeling right for you, or that you're not feeling is for the best healing for yourself, or the best course for yourself, is what I'm getting. Now, Leos are really hard to persuade in the first place. So, you know, you know, which is good, right? Like, you have your own sense of mind, your own sense of self. But if this person had felt like a drug to you, or, you know, this idea or whatever it is that you're trying to sort out, sometimes, you know, we still let those memories, you know, those memories come through, and they can distort our view of it. So I do feel like that Lovers card, this very well could be also too, especially if there is somebody that, you know, in your mind you would kind of hope to come back. It is sort of confirming that, but it is saying, again, take that time and really look if this is somebody that you truly want within your life, or are you only overindulging on the memory of it. Okay, is this the best course of action for you, is what it's asking. So, I'm also feeling too is, again, when we're looking into pursuing, that Page of Pentacles, I feel like for some of you, that Lover's card and making the decision, make sure what it is that you're wanting to take that step forward, because I did feel like this was a past thing. This is something that you may have been wanting or craving for a very long time. Again, I feel like with the Lover's card, it could be something that you definitely should pursue, simply because of the fact that you might have this, it's like that past, those past memories of it, or it's like you remember how excited you felt about it. And I do feel like for some of you, it could be a goal, it could be a person, but again, take the steps towards it that you really need to take in order to create it, properly, and again, with balance. Okay, especially if it's a relationship or a person of some sort. Don't let the overindulgence of this person returning, or maybe it's a new person, or whatever it is, but don't let the overindulgence of that take away from your goals. Don't jump into it just because you're in a stagnant frame of mind, is what I'm getting. So it is coming in here, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So again, going back to that Hangman energy, I feel that for some of you, going into that Hangman energy is going to be extremely important to you, because it is hard to, it releases us from that victim consciousness as well. Okay, and it's hard for us to jump into anything new when we're still in that energy, and sometimes we need to forgive and learn. So if we were looking at a past relationship, or maybe you're wanting to bring up relationship to you, okay, you need to learn how to forgive and also learn from the past mistakes, but in a positive state of mind. It doesn't mean that you're learning from those and going, I am never going to, date anyone with red hair again. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Okay. Or, that person that I dated in the past had a blue car. I'm never going to date anyone with a blue car ever again. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take some balance in there is basically what I'm saying. You have to release and heal. Okay, so allow yourself to do so. Release and heal what it is that you need to release and heal in order to bring forth, whether it's a current, relationship or a current partnership. Maybe you're having some issues with with a current partner. There might be some issues within there. It is saying, forgive, take. It doesn't mean you have to forget. It doesn't mean, that you have to, especially if they did something, horrendous or horrible to you. But it is saying, take a look at your actions towards that as well. Maybe forgive yourself, but, basically take it as a learning lesson in some sort of way. So we're also getting in, calling in your soulmate. Exactly. Like, I feel like for some of you, especially the single ones, you are trying to pursue a relationship, but what I am getting here is you do need to forgive past relationships first in order to bring in this new relationship. And it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So yeah, but again, if our visions and affirmations are clouded by crap from the past, okay, it is going to be hard to bring through, this new soulmate. Okay, because we are going to be focused on the blocks and the barriers that we created in regards to our past. So if someone did you wrong, it doesn't mean you need to forgive. We get so lost in that energy of forgiving. It doesn't mean that, everything's great and you can high five them on the street, even after they've had like 20 affairs. That's not the same thing. It means basically, look at, I learned from that lesson, but I can move forward with a fresh perspective. I can have balance. Okay, I can have balance is what I'm getting. So continue if this is what you're seeking, and it might be actually confirming too for some of you that you have we have released a lot of your blocks and barriers from the past. You have forgiven, and that has already brought in your soulmate. So for those of you that are, either you have someone in mind, or maybe this person's coming forward, or maybe you're in a, a stable and committed relationship at this point, and you're wondering, is this person my soulmate? I feel like for some of you, this is that confirmation that you were looking for. Okay. It's also saying romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, I feel like this is more like for some of you who are seeking a relationship, and you're kind of wondering, is it time? Is this the person that, I should be with, or is this the person that's coming forth? I feel that if you've done the work, you've kind of answered your own question. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Here's the thing. Again, you have to do some releasing from the past in order to feel those feelings on a basis of reality. Okay. Not a basis of, coming in from a place that you're feeling like, you always have to battle, or you always have to fight, or, whatever it is, that ego or that sense of ego that might be also coming in. Okay. That's what I'm also getting. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. I feel like you need to look into, what I'm hearing is you need to look into the reality of those feelings. Yes, they are real. Yes, they are worth exploring. But what reality is it? Okay, is it the reality of ego, or is it the reality of victim consciousness, or is it the reality of, I am ready to call in this soulmate, and this is exactly what I've brought in? Okay, so only really you can answer that, coming from the feelings that, that you're feeling inside of yourself. Okay, what state are you in currently? But I do feel like for some of you, this person is coming forth. Okay. And remember too, is sometimes, when we have those past people that come through, that might be also what you might need to forgive and learn and clear from. Okay. If that person especially was like intoxicating, or made you feel like, it wasn't in the best of places, that might be something that you need to clear in order, for you to call in this true soulmate, because we might be so enamored by, this person that we're feeling all of these, especially when we're like, when somebody feels intoxicating, like we just can't get them out of our mind. We can't stop thinking about them. But we know that they're not good for us. Sometimes we need to clear that out in order for this other person to come through and really reveal who they are. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for that. We're going to look into the devil. Like I said, that intoxicating type of feeling. This is exactly what we're talking about. Some people are just not good for us, and I feel like you need to clear them out in order to bring this new person forward, is what I'm really getting. Okay, that devil card again, that, that is pretty much this energy, right? And that's not the energy that's really not the energy that we want for a long-term relationship, a committed relationship. We might have to just forgive and learn from that lesson. Yes, it's hard to let go. Yes, sometimes we're so caught up in the, but this person makes me feel like this, that it's hard to, release them. But, you can release them with a little bit of love. Again, take what you've learned from it, forgive, move forward, move past. Yeah, and that moon card is coming in. I feel like for some of you, you already know who I'm talking about. There's this person. But again, that these are internal feelings. This moon card, it's that feeling of like, it can bring you to a place like this person might be intoxicating. They might feel, that energy of, they feel really good. I feel like, we have so much fun, we get along, we laugh, but they treat me like crap, and that it's not a good relationship. It's not, it's funny because a lot of the, these cards have been talking about you shining. You know, how can you shine when you're, you know, being pulled down to a place of, you know, negative energy? Pay attention to signs. Sometimes we have to pay attention to the signs in order to really see them regarding another person. Okay. And that's what I keep getting. I feel like for most of you, you already know. Like, or if this person does appear, you know, throughout the month of June, take a good hard look and really look within yourself and go, is this really the person that I can imagine actually spending my life with? Because when we move out that energy that we no longer need, we're allowing these other feelings to come forth and come through. Okay. That Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, you know, feeling that strong energy is what it is that may be needed throughout June. That Nine of Pentacles energy. And this is somebody who's strong, independent, knows their worth. Okay. When I look at the Nine of Pentacles, this is a person, you know, this reminds me, the camera froze again. The Nine of Pentacles reminds me, though, of a person who, they say, you know, within themselves, they have that strength and they go, I don't need someone. I want somebody, but the person that I want is the person that is true for me. Okay. You don't want to go with somebody, you know, who you just want because you want those feelings of that, of the love, right? You want to actually find that person who you can love. And that's what I keep getting. I feel like love is going to be coming towards you this month, is what I keep getting. But at the same time, I also feel that you need to also be in a place that you can accept the right love, is what I'm getting. That Nine of Summer energy, that Nine of Cups. So what you've been dreaming of, what you've been wanting, can come through. But allow yourself to let go of, whether this is feelings or emotions or an actual true person. Okay, you need to let go of that in order to bring forth all of this. And that person might already be in your life, but you need, in order to enhance that relationship, you do need to maybe look at past issues. Okay, and get that sense of strong self. So what we're going to do now is just have some closing messages from the universe. Okay, and I am going to be using the Mystical Shaman deck. I am going to be reading from the book because I do find that the book is, I love the messages that basically come through from the book. All right. This is closing messages for Leo for the month of June. Closing messages for Leo for the month of June. I feel like this is going to be a very empowering month, is what I get for you, Leo. It's going to be very empowering for you. All right, so we've got the Council. I love this card, and you know, I have gotten it before in the past for myself, and it's a beautiful card. So the Council are luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into this world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your own inner wisdom. The invitation of the card is the Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. Exactly what we just talked about with that Moon card. Listen to your inner senses. Okay. You need to, listen to yourself, and you have to learn to forgive. Okay. The handwriting is already on the wall. So look about you and you will discern its meaning. Again, the signs. Do not wait for further signs. Okay. You've already been given the signs, is what it's been talking about. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. So once we learn to actually forgive, once we actually learn to let go, you remember how those signs came in? It's already been giving you the signs. Okay. So that's basically what they're saying. Embark on that journey now. Okay, you've been given the signs. Pay attention to them. It's time to move forward. It's time to actually be that light. Okay, be that light that, you know, is to be coming through. And it also talks about here, you're never alone. You are never alone. Sorry, that's on my group. Yeah, gotta love those motorcycles, right? Especially when you're trying to record stuff. Nothing against the motorcycles, just, you know. You are never alone. Turn to the council to find the guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego and that tells you you're not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray. So it's really funny because we basically already, oops, I just hit the camera. We basically got all of those messages in through here, exactly what they're saying. You know, it is time to start listening to your inner senses. Okay. You know, let go of the things that you no longer need to do. Like they're to hang on to. It's time to learn that forgiving, that, you know, allow yourself to forgive in order to accomplish what it is that you're truly wanting to accomplish. Time to cleanse yourself of the toxins that you no longer need. Time to, you know, really embrace yourself, you know, and allow somebody to come through, you know, with that lover's energy. But we can't do that if we're in that state of, you know, victim consciousness. Go into that state of the hangman in order to release that, okay, is also what I'm getting here. We've got, you know, pay attention to the signs. We also got here that have faith. And that's exactly what they're saying. The council is here with you now. Okay, have the faith that they're behind you through each of these steps. So I truly hope that that has helped, Leo. Please like and subscribe to my channel. You know, if this reading did resonate with you, please let me know in the comments as to, you know, how it made you feel, how it did resonate you with. Did you know, anything you basically want to say. I'm sorry, I'm lost in my words right now. Thank you so much for watching. Many blessings. Take care.